Hello, welcome back again. Alright, this week we'll be talking about purification of water. Purification of water. Last time we talked about uses of water. Remember? Uses of water. We define what water is. We classify water as being bad and as being good. And we said that good water does not have taste, does not have color, and does not have any smell. While bad water has all of that. We went further to look at the uses of water for cooking, for bathing, for drinking, for swimming, and also for making or generating, electricity. Remember all of that? Fantastic. So today we will be looking at purification of water. Now, what does it mean by purification? How can we make our water pure? How can we make our water pure so that we can be able to drink it, we can be able to use it to cook, we can be able to use it to brush our teeth, and we can also use it to take a bath. So how can we purify water? So before we go into that, we're going to be looking or explaining the meaning of purification of water. So let's go. Purification of water is the process of removing undesirable chemicals and biological contaminants in water. We'll take it together. If possible, you repeat after me. Let's go now. Purification of water is the process of removing undesirable chemicals and biological contaminants in water. So purification of water is a process of removing undesirables, what you don't want, what you don't want to see in your water. What you don't desire to see in your water is termed undesirable. Undesirable chemicals. There might be some chemical in the water that is making it impure, or that might be giving the water taste, or might be giving the water smell, or it might be giving the water a different color. Now, so undesirable chemicals like all of these I've just said, and biological contaminants. Some waters contain germs. You might not be able to see the germs with your naked eyes except to use your microscope. Then you'll be able to see the germs in the water. So now, how can we make sure that our water is free of any impurity, is free from any germs, and is healthy for use? Now, we can also explain purification of water to mean that purification of water is the process of removing all impurities. Impurities means things that are not pure. So purification of water also means how we do away with all impurities from the water we are about to consume. All the impurities from the water we are about to consume. Now, we have methods of going about purifying our water. Now, There are basically two methods of purifying water. One, traditional method. Can I hear you? Traditional method. Traditional method. Modern method. Modern method. So these are the two methods of purifying our water. When we talk about traditional, we are referring to ways that we can purify our water without adding any chemical. That's what we call traditional. You purify your water without adding any chemical. You don't add any chemical. Your water do not go through series of processes before it becomes pure. Now, when we talk about modern, we are looking at how we can bring in chemicals that can help in purifying our water. The chemical, it's not going to be harmful to us. The chemical will be neutral. It's not going to harm us. Instead, it will make our water pure for us to be able to consume. So that's why we call it traditional method and modern method. So we are going to be looking at examples under the traditional method of purifying water and the modern method of purifying water. Talking about the traditional method of purifying water, we have boiling. Can I hear you? Boiling, sieving. Boiling, sieving. These are the two traditional methods of purifying water. Now, why did I say boiling? When you are not sure that your water is pure for you to consume, what you have to do is to boil your water. You boil the water to 100 degrees centigrade, like you boil it to let it bubble. So don't just put your water on your gas and once it makes a sound, you don't bring it down. No. At that point, the water has not been boiled enough. Your water has to boil, has to bubble on the fire before you bring it down. Now, after boiling your water in your kettle, you bring it down and you allow it to cool. You allow it to cool down. It's not going to be hot anymore. Then after it must have cooled down, then you take a sieve like a cloth. You take a sieve, maybe you tie it at the mouth of your bucket or the mouth of the rubber you're about to pour your water into, and you pour the water from the kettle through the sieve. And whatever particle that's on top, that's inside the water, is going to be trapped by the sieve. Take for example, this is my rubber. And I want to put my water in this rubber. What will I do? I will get a sieve like a cloth to cover the top of the rubber. Cover the top. Now, you take the boiling water that has cooled down and you pour it through, and it enters through the sieve into the rubber. The water flows and settles here. Now, whatever particle that's inside the water will be trapped by the sieve. Now, after you must have poured your water from the kettle, you remove the sieve and you keep it aside. And your water here, you cover the mouth, and your water is pure for you to consume. So this is a traditional method of purifying water. This is a traditional method of purifying water. Now let's come to the modern method of purifying water. Okay, we have boiling. Now you boil your water like you do in traditional method. After boiling your water, you bring it down and you allow it to cool down. After it must have cooled, you take your chlorine. Chlorine is a chemical. Chlorine is not harmful to our health. Chlorine only makes the water pure, and it kills all the germs. All the germs that might not be dirt during the boiling process. The chlorine kills all germs in the water. Now you pour some quantity, not all the chlorine, you pour some quantity of the chlorine into your water that is cooled already. Then after which, you now go through the process of filtration. You have to filter the water. Why do you have to filter the water? You filter the water so that if there are any substances or there are particles in the water, it will be trapped during the process of filtration. So you boil your water, allow it to cool down, you add some quantity of the chlorine into the water, after which you then filter your water, and it's safe for you to drink. It's safe for you to use. So these are the two methods we said we have in purifying water: traditional and modern. So like I said, purification of water has to do with you removing all impurities from water. Any impurity, something that is not pure, germs, dirt, all of that is what we said is what? Purification of water. So you have to purify the water to remove all those germs, all those dirts, all those substances, and the water will be healthy and ready for use. So this is just what purification of water is about. So when you want to purify your water at home, you tell mommy, can we use the traditional way to purify our water before we consume? Or mommy, can we use the modern method to purify our water before we consume? Don't consume water anyhow. Make sure the water you consume is purified before you consume it. So I'll see you on next class. I'll be talking on a different topic on water. Thank you.